The Boys, on the other hand, yeah, speaking of wokeness, that's some heavy handed, this is the way you should think about everything. And
I'll
what a
agree with that
shame,
one.
too, because
It
what a
could have been
shame.
such a good move, such a good show,
And
and
it is. It's a fun show to watch. Like I watched all the other seasons up until this one, and then they're just ramping it up more and more and more and more to the point where in this last season they say F white guys is like the underlying tone of every episode is like F the white guy, F the white guy. And I'm like, yeah, F the white guy. Wait, I'm the white guy. Is kind of how it, like, you can only tell me to go F myself so many times before I'm like, hey, man, I'm trying to watch your show. You don't need to keep fully, trashing me over and over and over in every episode. So that said, I couldn't make it past episode 5. And that's just me though. I mean, from my point of view, they told me to go F myself so many times, subtly and not subtly in that show, that at a point I was like, all right, dude, I'm just not going to watch it. And I feel like the creators of that show, Seth Rogen, would probably say, yeah, man, F you. I don't want someone like you watching my show, anyways. He's said as much on Twitter. He's said as much multiple times in through multiple media that he doesn't care if someone that doesn't like his message, he does not care if you like his show or not. He doesn't want you to watch. And so him putting that message out and then me seeing it fully firsthand, it was like, all right, I'm not going to watch then. And no big deal about it. Like, I'm just not going to give you the streams. Not a big deal. There's plenty of other things to watch. And it's not such an amazing show that I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to watch the last couple episodes of The Boys. It's fun. It was a fun show, but it's not like missing Game of Thrones or something. If Game of Thrones went woke on me, I would have been really tore up, and it would have been hard to not watch Game of Thrones.
oh man,
That's a decision I maybe could have not made because I
right,
would have had to see the end of Game of Thrones. But the end of The Boys, who gives a shit? It's basically pulp trash at the end of the day.
pretty
Fun
much.
pulp trash. Fun pulp
Fun,
trash, though.
fun, fun pulp trash. Yeah.
Yeah. And some real funny gags in the first one. Episode 1, if you guys have watched it, has some outrageous comedy that goes on.
Oh man.
Uh, of the last season, and Homelander's such a cool character too. I say we all can. Everyone loves Homelander in their heart, whether you like it or not. Everybody loves Homelander,
Yeah.
and and that's another shame. Like Homelander should have been. This is my opinion. Is Homelander should have been the metaphor of America. All of the bad from all sides of America, the full spectrum of the right and full spectrum of the left. Homelander should have represented the worst of us and the best of us, and he should have been America as a character. Like, if you're going to write down what America is on paper, warlike and lots of propaganda. And he was doing all those things, and I loved him as a character, kind of personifying America. Like, and then all at once they tacked from that, like he's already this really cool creation,
Mhm.
cinematic creation where he is the personification of America, and then they had to make it, no, he's Trump.
Pretty
And
much.
that's where I was like, oh come on, where they started drawing all these Trump parallels and
Yeah.
paralleling Trump's speeches and things like that to be like Homelander is Trump is what he is, he's not
Oh,
America.
it gets even worse farther on in the
And that's
series.
why I quit. I felt like I quit watching at just the right time, where I was like, okay, I see what you're doing here, and having your own bias. And again, you're allowed to have your own bias and make any sort of show that you're gonna make, and I have zero problems with that. Make it as biased and as propagandish as that you want. That is
But
your
we don't have
freedom
to
to
watch
do.
it.
But I'm not watching that shit. Especially when you tell me directly to f myself over and over and over and over and over. Like, hey, white man bad, white man bad, white man bad, white man bad. And after a time, it's like you're gonna keep beating this drum. I'm just not gonna watch because I got other shit I can do. I mean, come on. Um, so that was kind of the end of the boys for me. Is it stopped at episode 5. I couldn't get past it. And I felt like what a shame too. Like, what a shame that this is how it ends for this show because
Yeah.
I liked it, and you know, I liked that all the characters were basically recycled Xena Warrior Princess characters too.
Hmm.
If little fun tidbit, if you go back and watch Xena, all the characters from that show are in Xena. Homelander, uh, Butcher, they're all in Xena at one point or another.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're all old Xena actors. So it's just like basically they just recycled all the Xena Warrior Princess actors. Um, and then Xena would have been cool in it, but she's too old now, I guess. She would have been good for a younger. Oh, what's her real name?
Oh, what was her
Shoot,
name? Uh,
what's her real name, Russ?
is that Lori Laughlin?
Lucy Lawless.
Lucy Lawless. That's
A
it. Lucy
younger
Lawless.
Lucy Lawless would have been perfect for the female hero characters in the boys. The older one, Homelander's
Oh
ex
yeah,
love or whatever. She does a great job in the show.
yeah.
So if we're going to review it properly, which we should give it its day in court, uh, really well shot, really great visual effects. The visual effects are done amazing. They have some very expansive visual effects scenes in The Boys, and they are really well done. Everyone, all the artists that worked on the show, you did such a good job. Uh,
Absolutely.
High quality, highest of quality visual effects, high quality cinematography, high high quality across the board production wise. It's a 10. Um, Acting wise, it's really good. Every character is good actor. I can't think of anyone that I don't any of the characters that don't do a good job or that I would have replaced with somebody else. I feel like everyone is casted excellent casting too.
I'll agree.
uh, yeah, excellent acting, excellent casting, excellent visual effects. It's shot amazing. Uh, the story is really cool.
And the story was
It's
really interesting this season too, which it got extremely interesting at the end. It's just
yeah,
again that if the message, his
the
message going back,
propaganda part of it is there's a heavy icing on top of this amazing show of pure propaganda, and
pure propaganda
it's
bullshit.
gross. It's gross. And again, if the only way you're going to see that or feel that though is if you're kind of a political and you kind of are abreast of these issues that are happening in the world. If you're somebody that doesn't follow politics and you don't watch, if you're not on Twitter and you're not really in the media, you won't see any of that and won't care, and you're not going to know what the hell I'm talking about when you're
You'll
watching
just
it.
enjoy the show.
You'll just enjoy the boys and you're going to go start to finish and it'll be not an issue for you. And
Exactly.
fair enough, and have a good time watching it. Like congrats to you that you know you can watch it without the they live glasses on. But if you do know about this kind of stuff, it's really gross, and I
Absolutely.
don't appreciate it, and they don't appreciate me either. And I'm sure that if you asked any of them, they would say, "Hey, Curtis, go f yourself." And so that's why I stopped watching. I was like, "Okay, I will," and see you when I see you.
Yep.
I won't be watching whatever you do next either. Because now I know what to expect. There's no way they go. This is the other thing. There's no way that the creators go away from this. This is their thing now. They're the propaganda. They're the funny propaganda guys. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna give you a heavy dose of propaganda, and then you know and they're going to get more and more of this work because that work is in demand now. You'll get money if you want to just get money and get a lot of airplane, get play. You can go that route. Uh, Creatively, I think history is going to remember you different.
Absolutely.
But that said, the boys is what it is.